In the spring of 1940, Europe trembled on the edge of collapse. The French army, proud, disciplined, and confident, stood behind its mighty Maginot Line, convinced that no enemy could ever break through. Their tanks were heavier, their numbers greater, their defenses unbeatable. Across the border, however, one man saw the battlefield differently. His name was Erwin Rommel, and his division, the 7th Panzer, was about to make history. The French laughed when they first heard of it. Light tanks, they said, little machines of tin. They believed no armored division could possibly survive the thick, twisting forests of the Ardennes. It was impossible terrain, narrow roads, soft soil, dense trees. But Rommel's answer was simple. Then that's exactly where we'll go. Something unexpected was waiting for them beyond those trees. The mist hung heavy over the forest floor, muffling the metallic growl of hundreds of engines. The air reeked of oil and pine sap. Columns of German panzers, sleek, fast, dust-covered, crept through the fog like predators on the hunt. Soldiers rode atop the turrets, eyes red from exhaustion, boots caked in mud. At the front, Rommel stood tall in his open-top command vehicle, his leather coat flapping in the cold wind. He watched the forest ahead with eyes that missed nothing. His orders were relentless. No stopping, no hesitation, no mercy. For 2 days they pushed through the impossible, broken bridges, fallen trees, endless bottlenecks. The French air scouts spotted nothing. To them, the Ardennes was still quiet. But beneath that silence, the storm was building. The first real resistance appeared at the banks of the Meuse. The French held the high ground, their artillery already aimed. As German infantry approached, the river erupted into fire. Shells exploded in towering plumes of smoke, tearing the earth apart. Rommel didn't flinch. He jumped from his vehicle and ran forward, shouting above the chaos. "Advance! Keep crossing!" His voice cut through the noise like steel. Engineers threw together rafts under heavy fire. Men fell into the river, the water turning red, yet the assault pressed on. Machine gun tracers sliced through the air. One German tank caught a shell and burst into a fireball, scattering debris across the riverbank. Still they moved, faster, angrier, unstoppable. And then, as the smoke cleared, the bridge was complete. Rommel was the first to cross. Something had just shifted, and no one on the French side realized it yet. The battlefield glowed orange under a ceiling of black smoke. The ground trembled beneath the treads of advancing panzers. German flares painted the sky red and green, revealing silhouettes of burning villages and shattered tanks. From the darkness, the French counterattacked, their massive Char B-1s lumbering forward, guns blazing. They were powerful but slow, beasts of armor from another age. Rommel's tanks, smaller and quicker, darted around them like wolves around elephants. Each tiger-sized monster took multiple hits, shells clanging off their hulls before one finally penetrated. Flames burst through their turrets, lighting the night like dying suns. Rommel watched the inferno from his half-track. His men were exhausted, but exhilarated. The unthinkable was happening. Inside a smoky command room, phones rang unanswered. Reports came in, villages lost, bridges captured, divisions surrounded. The French officers stared in disbelief. "They can't be that far already," one muttered. But they were. Rommel's division had driven 50 miles beyond enemy lines in less than 2 days. Supply trucks raced to keep up. Prisoners streamed in by the thousands. The French front had simply collapsed. The roads were filled with burning vehicles, abandoned guns, and surrendering soldiers. Rommel stood atop his tank, goggles streaked with soot, wind howling past him. Behind him, his panzers rumbled on, engines growling like thunder rolling across the plain. In just 48 hours, the toy tanks had destroyed a professional army. France's proud defenses had crumbled before speed, precision, and audacity. The French had laughed at these light machines. But when the smoke cleared, all that remained was silence. And the echo of engines that refused to stop.